technology is the great force equalizer, and it's not. If I wanted to win an elected office, I would tell you that. But what I'm here to tell you today is that
But AI is one of those things that is changing the game so quickly. We thought the internet changed the game fast. We thought social media. I think this is going to change things 10 times faster.
Technology and history takes us wherever it wants to go. That's my firm belief.
It's
so
undefeated.
you either get on board with that or you resist it, and you can only resist it so long, and then evolution's going to do what evolution does. And if you resist and you don't adapt, then
On today's episode, Courtney and I sit down with Coach Carroll, and we hold nothing back. We're going to be diving into AI, the future of insurance, the future of your business, the questions you should be asking anyone that is helping you out with marketing so you have a clear picture on what exactly is going on. And again, we hold nothing back. So the F word is going to get mentioned in this episode. So if you have little ones in the car, please just be aware that the F word will be mentioned. Other than that, let's get to the episode because it is a good one. Hey, welcome to the Insurance Buzz. We are your hosts, Michael and Courtney Weaver, and we are excited today. We have the one, the only Coach Carroll on. DJ Carroll, what's up, buddy? How you doing, man?
Let's go, Weaver fam, Weaver Nation. I'm excited to be here again, man. It's been too long, even though I think we just did this a few months ago. But it's a blast. I'm excited to be back. Thanks for having me, man.
Well, so we were thinking about that. I think it's been like a year and a half since you've been on, dude. So we are pumped to have you on. Yeah.
I feel like I'm doing 3 of these a week now, so they're all just kind of running together. So,
but you've got so many good things going on. That's why we wanted to have you back. Not only are you a good friend of ours, but you've been crushing it in the space. You've got some AI going on that you're excited about, and I'm not gonna talk about what else we'll be discussing later on in the episode. But if you are listening right now, you are going to want to stay tuned into this today. We're going to be really drilling into social marketing, getting as many customers' eyeballs on you and your business as possible, your brand, and how to go about that and what questions you should be asking your providers. If you're not working with DJ, what questions you should be asking your current provider to give you more insight on the results that you are getting. So that's what's in store for today.
I want to jump into the conversation that we were having in the pre-show where we were talking about what you're doing from a social media marketing standpoint and impressions and kind of how that's segueing into AI and technology. So let's start there.
yeah. Well, so for anybody that doesn't know who I am, or this is the first time you're tuning in, there's awesome episodes that we've done in the past on both your guys' podcast, and I've had you guys on the Sales Factory, so highly recommend you guys go check both those out. And drop a subscribe and a like while you're there. So I've been doing advertising on Facebook and it wasn't even Instagram back then. It was just Facebook since 2013. And for a long time, I've been saying, you have to build a personal brand. Now, Courtney, that was way before I knew this wave of artificial intelligence was coming, and so now it's even more important to build a personal brand. And I talk about this in my new book coming out called The Hunter Head Game, where there's been 3 waves that have hit small businesses since the new millennia, right? Since we left the 1900s. That is, the first one is access, which is the internet, right? My dad, if he wanted to start a business in 1988 when I was born, he had to go to the library or find an encyclopedia. Some people are like, what's a fucking encyclopedia? There was limits to the information. So the first A is access. That was the internet. The second one was attention, which was social media, which is you guys now have a megaphone. Every small business owner can scream at the top of their lungs, beat on their drum, get attention, get customers, and you don't have to pay the gatekeepers. Who are the gatekeepers? Traditional media, TV, newspaper, radio, billboard. That went out the window, right? And so now while we're in 2025, and so for the past 11 years, I've been screaming from the top of the mountains, build a brand, especially if you're an insurance agent, because nobody cares about insurance, so you got to stand out. People are finally starting to wake up, and I'm like, oh, by the way, there's this new thing called artificial intelligence, and it's coming to take everybody's lunches, right? And so I do think that people are adopting faster with AI, but here's why. I think the first time the T-Rex came into the village and grabbed a little kid and ran off, people were like, the fuck, was that a T-Rex, right? That was access. And then attention, they came and grabbed them. They're like, I think the T-Rex is back, right? And now it's here again, another technological wave, and everybody's like, run! They're like freaking the fuck out. And so I think that's a big piece of like what we're seeing with the pickup of it. I literally just had a mortgage broker. I met with him about 3 weeks ago. He was using Calendly and like wasn't even syncing it with his CRM. So like manually was going in. He had like 15 things for people to fill out on his Calendly link, and he was like manually filling them. I was like, bro, there's this little thing called Zapier. Let me show you something real quick. So I helped him out, and like you would have thought I just showed a caveman fire for the first time, right? Like he was like, ooh, 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 you know? He's like, let me go take you up to the big boss and show him. And so like we go upstairs and like talk to his boss, and like I'm showing him Allie, our AI platform, and I could tell the boss is kind of like, whatever. This was 3-4 months ago. I just got a text message from that same mortgage guy last night. He said, hey, DJ, my boss just started using ChatGPT last week. He wants to have another meeting with you because he's like open to now understanding like what the potential is with this shit. And so I'm super excited. It's a lot more than just advertising. I think it's technology as a whole. You have the haves and the have-nots, I'll just go ahead and piss everybody off in the first 5 minutes. You got the political pundits that are like, technology is the great like force equalizer, and it's not. If I wanted to win an elected office, I would tell you that. But what I'm here to tell you today is that it is a force multiplier for the upside and the downside. So if you didn't hop on the internet train, if you didn't hop on the social media train, and now you're not hopping on the AI train, you're getting further and further behind, and the people that are doing it are getting further and further ahead.
I would agree with you 100%. And I think a lot of people, so we were actually talking to an agent the other day. I got a text message from him because we were talking to him about our new Agency Coach AI. Agency owners, imagine a world where you had a coach or trainer in your office that reported to you every single day, that your team had access to every single day. And the reason why most of you don't have that already is because they're extremely expensive. Usually most sales trainers and coaches are going to cost 6 figures a year. I'm so excited to announce the launch of our new business, Agency Coach AI. This is going to provide an AI coach and trainer at you and your team's fingertips 24/7. It's a coach that never takes the day off. It is a coach that reports directly to you. It is a coach that coaches your team the way that you want them to be coached. It practices and role plays with your team every single day, and then is going to coach them on what they did well, what they could have improved on, recommended trainings that they can watch. Then it's going to report to you or the sales manager in the office exactly what was done in that practice session, exactly what was said, and exactly what they coached the team member on. Then we're going to listen to every single live sales call. Think about this, a coach or trainer that sits with your team every single day, listening to every single live conversation, going in and or coming in and going out. No more wondering, hey, is my team actually having the conversations that they've been taught? Hey, is my team actually asking for the sell? Hey, is my team actually making pivots? Hey, is my team actually doing the things that they're supposed to do compliantly? No more guessing. It is all going to be documented and given to you word for word. And the best part about this is after the live calls, the coach coaches them on what they did well, what they could have improved on, and any recommended trainings that they would recommend them take and watch. No more wondering what's going on in your office, regardless if you're there or not. This is going to give you the most transparency and accountability that you've ever had before in your agency career. And the best part about it is, with your team having a coach and trainer that they can lean on 24/7, their confidence is going to grow and they're going to become the best sales professional that they can become because they have access to have coaching and training 24/7. If you are ready to take advantage of AI, if you're ready to have more time back in your business, if you are ready to quit having to choose between training your team and growing your business, go to agencycoachai.com and check out the demo or shoot me a text 816-727-7610 and I'll be in touch and we can get a call scheduled. Other than that, let's get back to the show, right? And he was like, man, he's like, if there's one, he's like, I don't feel like I'm very up to date with what's going on with AI and technology, but I don't want to get left behind. I absolutely want to jump on a call with you and just see what you can even offer to help the business. And so I think that's what you're hinting at, DJ. And I was listening to a podcast the other day with Tom Bailu, and he had a guest on, and he was talking about how the business owners that jump on the technology bandwagon, the ones that do it quicker are the ones that always advance at a faster pace and grow their business at a faster pace than those that are hesitant to do it. Now, I know that people in general a lot of people are hesitant, a lot of people are conservative, but AI is one of those things that is changing the game so quickly. We thought the internet changed the game fast. We thought social media. I think this is going to change things 10 times faster than the internet or social media ever even tried to do or considered doing.
You're 100% right. And hold on, Courtney, because I got like, this is super important. People don't need to get this, right? With the internet, it only moved as fast as people got online, right? You guys remember the AOL CDs? Like somebody listening right now, their first email address came because they got a direct mailed AOL CD. They're like, I don't know, put it in the CD-ROM thing, I guess, right? It's like, bloop.
Straight dial-up internet.
Right? It's like, you've got mail, right? Like somebody's like, I'm like triggering some like core memories here. So like, but the internet could only grow as fast as two things. People got email addresses, meaning they're online, and people created content, means they made web pages. Like there is no internet if we didn't make things, right? Social media, same thing. There are no social media posts if people aren't creating profiles and using social media, right? AI doesn't give a fuck if you use it or not. Some of these models are growing at 400% per quarter, right? Like, and so what happens is now you've got companies like OpenAI that is training their models with agents. And so it's called recursive learning, if you want to get like super nerdy, where it starts teaching itself. And so it's like, yeah, cool, Michael, in the beginning, I got a bunch of data sets and I got my initial training, and then maybe you start working with me. Now it's like, I'm just going to go over here in a corner and play with myself, not in a bad way, but like, and learn, right? And so like, it's just crazy, man. So you're 100% right that like, first mover advantages are a real thing. And this train is leaving the station, and it doesn't care
regardless
if anybody's
if
on
you're
it or
on
not. Like it could be 5 people that go with it, or it could be 5 million. It doesn't matter.
Yep.
So sorry, Courtney, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I'm glad that you brought up that point, because that kind of segues where I was going, because somebody listening to this, where are we at in this stage? Are they behind, or can they still jump on this train? Are they ahead of the curve? Like, because there's always a lot of fear around change. So I want to have an open conversation around where we're at in the stage of AI and what insurance agents need to be doing.
Great question, by the way.
So,
Thanks.
That was a good question. And I will tell you, if somebody DMs you or messages you on LinkedIn or sends you an email and says, hey, I'm an AI expert, fucking run, because this really has only been mainstream since like the end of 2022. That's when DALL-E came out in ChatGPT 3 and sometimes 3.5, depending on when you hopped on it. The guys that are expert at this are getting $1 million, $20 million, $200 million signing packages from Zucks, right, to like build Meta. Those are where the experts are. Some guy that DMs you on LinkedIn is like, I'm an expert in AI. Let me help you out. It's like, no. What I am is what I've always been, a student and a practitioner, not a pundit, right? And so where I'll tell you right now is like, I think you have missed the boat a little bit because of your learning curve. It's not about the execution side, right? Like maybe like, oh, I haven't implemented something. Like, cool, that's one thing. But you don't want to be the person that gets taken advantage of by the shade tree mechanic because you don't know anything about mechanics, right? Like, it's like, I came in for an oil change. You're telling me my canuter valve is out because the canuter fluid was going bad, and that's $3,000. And you go, okay, I don't know, right? You have to learn. And so what I would tell people right now is if you haven't used ChatGPT, if you haven't used Claude, if you haven't used Gemini, you have to start siphoning off a little bit of your time. I know everybody's like, I'm so busy. I got emails to check. But it's like siphon off a little bit of your time and go learn and use these platforms. I've probably spent between 300 and 400 hours on ChatGPT as well as equally on Claude. Like, I mean, I'm spending lots of time. This book was edited. I did this on purpose. Every other chapter is edited by ChatGPT. The other chapters are edited by Claude. And so I wanted to do that because I was like, this thing's coming out, and I'm telling you guys to go away from the machines and be a hunter, but at the same time kind of playing on it by saying you got to use the spears that you got. So, yeah, don't worry, Fred in Alaska or Monica in Oklahoma that, like, hasn't used any of this at all. You're not left behind, but, like, you guys remember in the old cowboy movies, like when the train's like, it's like the last blow before it's leaving the station? Like, we're to that point, right? And so I don't want to scare anybody, but like this is a real thing, and it's not going to stop just because you don't understand it. Like, you guys remember how many people didn't use social media because they're like, I don't like social media. You know how many times I used to hear that when I would call a State Farm agent or Allstate agent, and they'd be like, DJ, honestly, man, I'm not on it. I don't like it. I don't like what it's doing to society. And I'm like, cool. The average American still spends 6.5 hours a day on it. So, like, what are you going to do about it, man? Like, just pass up on the opportunity? I don't know.
What I'd be curious what you think.
I don't think you're too late, but I don't think it's going to slow down anytime soon. So technology and history takes us wherever it wants to go. Like that's my firm belief. So you either get on board with that or you resist it, and you can only resist it so long, and then evolution's going to do what evolution does. And if you resist and you don't adapt, then unfortunately you die. And I know that that's like a doom and gloom, and dying doesn't look like maybe actual death. But I think to resist anything that can improve your life, advance your skill set, and help you grow and be able to tackle challenges as they come to you, I don't think that's ever a bad thing. My opinion with technology is I'm always going to leverage to enhance my human experience. It's going to enhance my business. It's going to enhance the customer experience. I'm going to use it to make me more efficient, but it cannot replace me as a human. It's my responsibility as a human to continue to improve my own humanity, my soft skills, my empathy, my communication skills. Like that's where I get to excel. I don't think it's too late, but I don't think you can resist it forever. When you have people that were born in the 1900s, to your fact, DJ, which is all of us, but actually born towards the beginning of it, not the end of it, that are talking about AI, when you have grandparents and great-grandparents that are referencing AI, when that wave hits it, then it's here. Like we need to pay attention to it. We were literally just in the Serengeti, one of the most desolate, like you want to talk about nature and Darwin, like where it is the most wild place on the planet, and they are on their cell phones. Like you're not getting away from it. Like technology is here. So I wouldn't be afraid of it. It's okay if you don't understand it, and it's okay if you're not the master at it. But I would, to your point, I would start dedicating some time to figure out how to use it to your advantage, how to make it your friend and not your enemy.
Yeah.
That's my 2 cents on that.
I agree 100% on that.
All right, let's go.
I just have a personal question, because you edited your book with, you said you did Claude and you did ChatGPT.
Correct.
And I've trained our ChatGPT. She's been fed Michael's books, so she understands like his tone and emphasis and the words he uses. So which one do you think did a better job between the two of those?
Claude.
Okay.
Don't even have to think about it. Now,
okay.
That was using O3 Mini on research on ChatGPT and using the 4.0 for like creative writing. Claude Sonnet just did a way better job. And just so people know, it's like, DJ just had this AI write his book. Nah, I've been waiting on them motherfuckers to come out and try to download it. Here's what happened. I have been writing this book for 10 years. Okay, since 2015, I've been working on a manuscript. The manuscript was 500 pages. I went through 3 different human editors that, like, they're like, okay, page 1. When I sat on a Zoom meeting with me, I'm like, there's got to be a better fucking way. I don't want to relive 500 pages of what came out of this noggin, right? And so what I did is I hired a PhD publisher, and she's actually my publisher in this Honey Tree Publishing. She basically read through it and said, okay, here's the structure. Because it was almost like a bunch of poems, right? It's like almost like a bunch of journal entries or whatever. Like I kind of had questions that I know a lot of small business owners had, and I would kind of write the questions. She's like, but you need some stories in here. It's kind of dry. It almost reads like a textbook a little bit. But she was the one that came up with the index, like the chapters. And so it's basically a prologue, an epilogue, and then 10 chapters. And so with that, and knowing like what the overarching strategy of each chapter was, I took my entire transcript, I gave it to the platform, and like you can't just like I had to go in the backside and like actually make these knowledge base, because like if you try to upload 500 pages, it's going to be like, I can't process it. Or it'll say, because here's the other thing that's happening really bad right now. These things are fucking hallucinating. And hallucinating means like edge cases where they're trained to help us. And so instead of saying, hey, I can't do that, Michael, it goes, hey, Michael, here's the answer. You asked me a question, here's the answer. And it's like, well, hold on a second. Like, you keep giving me the same information that's in the first 100 pages. What the fuck, right? And so we had to basically fix the way that I was going to be able to prompt it. And then what I would do is I would say, hey, here's the transcript for this chapter. Here's the overarching theme. What are some questions that you have for me, or some stories that you want me to share with you that would help tie this together? And then it would come back, and it would be like, pop, 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 pop. And then I would put my headphone on, and I would click the audio, and I'd double tap function on Mac. If you guys don't know what dictation is, it's like the greatest like cheat code for a MacBook. And I would just sit there, and I would dump to it, Courtney, over and over and over. I mean, hours. I've lost, I don't even know how many hours I've gotten this book. It is so good. I mean, I talk about like one of my cousins getting shot up at a drug house. Like, I talk about my mom having colon cancer. Like, it allowed me to really pull out stories that I probably wouldn't even have felt comfortable sharing with like an editor that I didn't know. And so I'm really, really happy. I look at that thing as like a work of art for me. And I know that it's going to change a lot of people's lives and help a lot of people. So yeah, I'm excited about it.
I'm super pumped even hearing you talk about that, because the level of vulnerability that you were able to do, like there was no shame, there was no judgment with other human beings, I think is a huge part of this. Not only that, you brought up something that I think one of my favorite things that technology has done for all of us, and it's allowed us to be better communicators, because I think better questions equal better answers. And so when you start working with these tools that are requiring prompts, it teaches you how to ask better questions, because the big question that we always get that we don't have the answer to is, what do you want out of your life? Well, that's a big question. So let's ask a better question. And I think it allows us to not only be better communicators, but also be better listeners and going, okay, when they respond to that, what am I actually trying to get to? Instead of sticking in the treetops as humans and going, yeah, I'm fine, I'm good. And it's like, no, let's actually have a conversation. So I love that you bring that up, because I think that that's what AI is really allowing us to do, is really hone our communication skills.
So I'll show you guys this too on camera here. It did all of the pictures. There's a picture at the beginning of each chapter, and they're like pin artwork, which is like crazy, right? Super awesome. It gives it like that old school vibe. But I wanted at the beginning of each chapter to almost do. My grandma taught me poetry, and so I've always said that I only have one living grandparent. It's my grandma on my mom's side. My dad taught me the hustle, because he never made more than $20 an hour in his life, right? And so like laziness was not fucking tolerated in our house. My mom taught me that you can do anything you set your mind to. If you want to be an astronaut, you go be the best freaking astronaut you can be, right? You want to be a parking lot sweeper, you be the best parking lot sweeper there is, right? Like, believe in yourself and nobody else does. My mama, she taught me poetry. She would always write me poems, and so like I've always just loved being like writing poetry. The problem is I'm dyslexic. And so like what comes out of here, like what makes it down to the page, is oftentimes not the same thing. And so what the tool did is it allowed me to write a book that was outside of my capabilities. Like, I can't do it. And I'll read you guys this passage, right? This is in the prologue of The Hunter's Utopia, okay, at the very, very beginning of the book. And so it was, there were those who wandered, seeking, yet never finding. They were fed, yet always hungered. They toiled, yet never conquered. Their hands grasped, but their hearts were empty. For they knew not the way of the hunter. But among them rose a different kind, one whose eyes saw beyond the horizon, whose hunger was not for survival alone, but for dominion. This one did not wait for the harvest. He pursued the kill. He did not ask for permission. He carved his own path through the wilderness of mediocrity. To the lost, this book is a riddle. To the weak, it is a burden. To the meek, it is a storm. But to the hunter, it's a map, a weapon, and a prophecy. If you stand at the threshold of greatness, uncertain of your place, let this be the fire that awakens you. If you have tasted success, yet still crave more, let this be the blade that sharpens your edge. Huh?
Let's go.
I'm telling you, how you read that and I'll be fired. Like, I'm gonna go make some cold calls now. Like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, and that was only half of the passage. So it's like it has allowed me to do something and like get my energy across that like I don't have the capabilities of doing. It's gonna change the game, man. I'm so excited about it.
We're pumped for you, man.
I am so pumped. Okay, because I didn't know before we hit record, we were like, okay, we're going to talk about the book. And you showed the book, and I'm like, we're literally fresh off of Africa. We were supposed to connect last week. You were traveling. We were just coming back from Africa. And I was talking about how one of my favorite parts about being out in nature, which I love being in nature, we're Missouri farm kids, like we've spent our life out there, is that nature has its rules and it doesn't bend. Like there is no bending. Like you either make it or you don't. And when you're around, I mean, there is nothing like seeing apex predators, a lion with its golden eyes looking right at you, and you think you could take me out. And you have to accept your place in the order of things. And being an apex predator requires a different level of commitment and discipline and sticking to the order of nature. Like protect, provide, procreate. That's it. Those are the rules of nature. Like once you understand that, you have to go to the level that is required of that. So I think so many times we forget that nature does have her rules, and our job is to not only abide by, but maximize our time here. Yeah. Do the things that we want to do. So I love that you start off with like a full-on Sparta 300 like kick like down the door, because we need that. We need that like gusto. We need to. I'm a firm believer that we all need to wake up again. Like we are alive, we are present. Let's freaking go. That's why we always say, let's go. Like, let's do this. Let's be alive. Let's commit.
There's a lot of people that are alive but aren't living, right? And I know you guys will resonate with this because you just got back from Africa. When Tori and I went to Glacier, where like you could turn the corner and there's a grizzly bear, right? You get home. We got back to Louisville. Like this is still like we got a farm now, but like so it's a little better. But like when we were still like in the subdivision in the burbs at the golf course, right? Like in the like little country club community, we were sitting on the back deck smoking a J, and I'm like, I'm just kind of like numb to this because your senses are at such a heightened level. When you come back to like society, you're like, there ain't nothing that's going to eat me out here, right? And so like, and I think what happens is if you, and this works, this is Darwinism's Mother Nature, right? You put something in an environment, eventually it adapts to an environment, right? And here's the point, right? Somebody right now is pissed off because they ordered their lunch on Uber today, on Uber Eats, and the delivery driver got lost, so it was took 5 minutes longer than it was supposed to, right? Like, that's what you're bitching and complaining about, Karen, right? Like, come on, man. And I don't know. I just, like, I think we've gotten soft because, like, the lion doesn't come in the village and drag a couple kids away every month, right? Like, if that happened, like, we would probably have our head on a swivel, as my old football coach used to say.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, I agree. Like, I again,
it's terrible. He wants kids to get eaten by lions. You're missing the
No, I definitely don't want kids to get eaten by lions, especially since I've been around so many of them, and it could very easily happen. And I know how that goes down. But I do think that, what is that book? It's talking about like modern conveniences, and it's like our comfort crisis that we have created.
It is called the comfort crisis.
We have created so many things that make our life easy that when actual fear is present, we don't know how to react to that. And that's one of the big reasons why we continue to travel and we continue to do things where we're choosing our challenges, because I want my body and my mind to be able to understand when is my life in danger and when is just this is an inconvenience. Because those are two different things. Because I don't want to keep stressing my body out if it's just an inconvenience.
Yeah, but Courtney, like this is what happens when we give out fucking 18th place participation trophies.
Yeah,
like we're seeing the net of that. When like little Billy travels and can't shoot the basketball to save his life, but then his mom bitches and moans, so like we still let him on the team, right? Like there are cause and effect, there are consequences, there's risk and reward. Sure. Like these are things of life. That's why I love Jordan Peterson's writing, because it's very stoic, very old school. Like we didn't just like start last generation, right? We've been here and there's rules to the game, and like for some reason, man, I think it's part of technology, right? Like, I mean, we're lost in a doom scroll, most of us, and I also just think that there has been this coddling where it's like, oh, you have anxiety. It's like, no, you're fucking insecure. Like, it's like, oh, I feel overwhelmed. It's like, no, you don't use your fucking calendar, so you're a scattered mess. Like, get some discipline and organization. But it's like we've allowed it to just like pass by and say like, okay, you get a pass, you get a pass, you get a pass. It's like, you guys have ever seen the meme of like the two lines of people, right? It's like dietary pills, lines out the door, and it's like eat healthy and work out. Like nobody's there, right? And so it's like, it's just what we live in. But I mean, the good and the bad is it's not like we're not going to change it. And so, like, just play by the rules and find the advantages. I used to have a mentor that tell me, play by the laws, break the rules, because that's how you win in business.
Ooh. Okay.
Well, I mean, it's true, right? It's like the lion's like, well, don't eat the kids. Like the lion's, if I'm hungry, I'm eating whatever I can get my hold of, right? Like, you guys are lucky. He had a gazelle for breakfast, so you guys have got to pass. Like,
for sure, but you still know what the rules are, and the rules are do not go out at night when there are predators who are hunting. No matter how many followers you have, how big your bank account is, I don't care how cute you are. It doesn't matter. You are bait at that
and you
point.
didn't put your arm out the window and go, oh, kitty, kitty, and try to pet him on the head, right?
Do you know how hard that was for me? I am obsessed with animals. And they're like, that is a life-altering decision. Please do not stick your hand out there. I was like, our hair's the same. Like, I recognize a fellow. There's something so good about perspective,
Can't
too.
relate.
I know. But it's also a different way of life. So it's not just the animals, it's the people. Like, there are people in this world that live in a completely different world that do not have running water. They are hauling jugs of water on bikes. They are planting their own food, harvesting their own food, and do not have a floor in their house. So I think we take for granted a lot of the things that we can use to our advantage. Like these things, these technologies, like we have great opportunity here in this country. Let's maximize what we have.
You are trying to help agents get as many customers, their eyeballs on them as possible. So let's talk about that for just a little bit, because we've talked about AI. We talked about your book, which is fantastic. We're freaking, and that little passage you read me, I wanted to run through the freaking computer.
Let's go. Moving. I was like, oh God, he's going to kick it.
So I'm pumped about that, but let's talk a little bit about. So I think there's always a huge debate, at least that I've heard talking to agents, like, should I do more of the impression style branding? Should I do more of the paid ads to direct quote style of branding? Or not branding, but that's straight paid ads to quote. Yeah. So talk to us about the difference between the both and why you believe impressions are so important or crucial for someone's business, just not now, but also long term.
So it's wild enough that we're having this podcast today because I'm brushing my teeth this morning. I'm like watching CNBC like I do every morning, checking my stonks. And literally they have this like CMO Now thing where they like interview all these CMOs. Gary Vee's been on there and everything. And so literally Allison Griffin pops up today. And like I don't notice it. I'm just like brushing my teeth. And she starts talking about like, listen, we understand nobody cares about insurance. And I was like, wow. Speaking my love language. And so she's like, that's why we think that brand awareness and working with influencers and people like Jake, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, hold on a second. I pick my phone up and I'm like, oh, head of marketing for State Farm. I'm like, son of a bitch. And so like, what's crazy to me is how like you can have an agency force with their head in the sand. And I'm like, just listen to your boss. Like, you don't have to take it from me. Like, just go listen to them. They're telling you that there is no like, let's run a dancing banana ad and tell veterans they can save 50% on their car insurance, right? Like, get leads. Like, it's just junk marketing. I think you have to build a brand because I've been saying this, I feel like since I was like 5, but it's only been 10 years. People buy insurance from people. And Courtney, I know you're going to love that because it's people are the difference, right? You guys train salespeople. Like, we may get to a place where there is a insurance company that spins up a full AI workforce and, like, you get a quote and that's it, right? If you're an agent, you have to sell the difference. I literally was just talking to a 19-year-old kid. I was hiring him to do our lawn care and landscaping. I said, dude, the biggest advantage you got for you right now is you're 19 years old and you're a young, hungry kid, so you'll be able to get by with shit that I wouldn't let a big landscaping company get by with, right? Same thing. You can get by with shit as an independent, small little agent that you can't get by if you're like, what's the big one? E-Trade or some Allstate, I think, bought them up, right? It was like only online quotes. And so I just think for me, man, it's about building a personal brand. It's also like nobody hangs out on Google And so like if you're running ads on Google, sure, they're higher intent clicks. I get that. But 60% of search went away with the AI summaries. I don't know if you guys have seen that or not. Like there are Google marketing agencies that are running around with their hair on fire right now because they're like, what do we do? Like nobody goes past the fold anymore. Like they just read the summary and they're on back about their business. I think you have to – it used to be like an add-on. Like, okay, do all your other stuff, but a piece has to be social media. I think social media has to be your main thing now. And luckily I'm seeing it. I'm so happy. Like I don't know why I'm saying it. Like I'm happy customers are leaving us and they're like, hey, DJ, thanks for the help, but like you've been doing my organic content. I just hired 2 people in-house and we're putting out like 3 reels a day. Like we're just cranking on the content engine machine. I'm like, cool, perfect. You get it, right? Like you're going to stand out head and shoulders above everybody else. However, what they don't understand is those people don't know how to run the paid side, which is what we specialize in running the paid ads in your local market. And people will go – they'll watch a webinar, they'll go to a conference, and they'll come back with like these crazy like marketing ideas about, I want to do lookalike audiences and all these different things. And I'm like, cool. Rachel, there are 128,000 people in your small town. How about we just advertise all of them? Because it costs you $4 per 1,000 people we show an ad to. And over the year, we can show everybody in your town like 5 ads. Like with a $400 a month budget, like let's just do that, right? So I'm still not sold 100% on a localized business being like super niche on the targeting, super like just advertising for the lead. I think you got to do brand awareness because at the end of the day, people buy insurance for 2 reasons. You guys have heard me say this before. They have bad claims experience or they get a rate increase. Yep. That's it, man. And so I don't wake up on a Saturday and go, I'm going to call my buddy Michael and see if he wants to hang out today and go shopping for some insurance, right? Like, no. I bought a new car. State Farm sends me my bill. It's twice as much as it was, and now I go shopping, right? or a storm came through. It blew off my roof. Allstate won't pay the claim, and so now I go shopping, right? Like, That's it, man. And so now it's like, are you the person that they think of? And newsflash, that has nothing to do with social media, dude. This is like advertising 101 from like 1950 and onward. Mountain Dew runs an ad long enough. Guess what? Sales go up. It's just how it works.
Yep. So I think the huge, at least what I think right now, I think the huge debate, or I would even say the biggest mistake I see with agents and their team members and their branding is their freaking marketing is a bunch of shit that doesn't even have to do with them, what they do for a living. And it's like, okay, that's cool that you get clicks. That's cool that you get likes. But what is that actually converting to? Because if you were attracting an audience in 5 states away that you can't even help out, what does it freaking matter how many likes or engagement you get? Because you have to get a shit ton of engagement to get paid anything on social media. So you sure as shit ain't going to get rich on that.
But Michael, it makes them feel all warm and fuzzy on the inside because they went viral.
But what the hell?
That doesn't pay the bills. Let me just clarify that if you run a business, social media is a part of your business now. So if you are on social media, you are using it as a business tool. I want to clarify that. If you want to doom scroll, that's fine. Use that in a different way. But if you're marketing your business, let's market your business. Okay. Yeah. End cap. So I want you to dial that down though a little bit. When you say like that doesn't mean like it doesn't talk about the actually give a specific example. So somebody listening right now can be like, "Ooh, I'm doing that," and I need to adjust.
I've got one for you.
Let's do it.
I love him to death. Nick Saka. He's a good buddy of mine. He's an Allstate agent. Dude's went viral a ton of times, right? One of his most popular clips is it's like white people versus black people hiking.
Oh, the hiking one.
Yeah. And it's like no black people, and then just like Nick walking around on a mountain, right? And it's fucking hilarious. I died. And like Bones Jones, UFC fighter, like commented on his post. I mean, like it was insane for him from like no to ability. And now he's got some other businesses that he's using, so it's like cool, that'll help. But if you're just a State Farm agent in like upstate Oregon, like that's probably not going to do a lot for your business, right? Like maybe you get some eyeballs on it, maybe you go viral. I also think like call a spade because I know Nick well enough. I feel confident saying this is that he's got the balls to make that kind of content, right? Like most of these agents out here, like I don't know, DJ, if I should talk about like. Did you have a bad claims experience with another company? That could get me in trouble. It's like let alone going to go way out on like racially charged spectrum and make a piece of content. It's just like, I don't see that happening. And so that's why I just tell agents, I'm like, hey man, just take the stuff you're already doing offline, that you've been doing offline for the 15 years you've been in business, and just put a camera in front of it. So like when you go to the Bands and Barbecue Cookout, take some fucking pictures, right? Like when you give the scholarship away at the high school, take some fucking pictures. Like it's that simple. And so now the 500 people that were at the Bands and Barbecue, or the 1,000 people that saw you give the scholarship away, there's also another 1,000 and another 500 online that are going to go, oh, Michael and Courtney gave a scholarship away. That's awesome. I love that they're involved in my community. I'm going to file that way back in my brain. And when Ball State doesn't pay out my claim, like I'm going to probably call Michael and Courtney, right? Like that's how it works.
Yes, and you're hitting on something that I don't want to skip over is how simple it can actually be. It doesn't have to be creative. It doesn't have to be all fancy and all cutesy and shit, because honestly, I think in today's age, people actually prefer more truth, more honesty, more just organic content, where if you just like post a picture of you sitting in a deer stand, or maybe you're having a bourbon, or maybe you're at the barbecue, or you're at a Friday night football's coming up, man. Like, let's take some pictures of Friday night football. And you just post it, nice, simple post, nothing like go dogs, whatever your mascot is. That is what people are rooting for. That's what people are going for. I don't want you to think that you have to put it into some type of filter and make a 30-second minute video of it all cutesy. I believe that actually hurts the branding. It actually hurts the amount of engagement you're going to get. People like simple, people like you, people like organic, period.
Yeah. Let me add, you guys have been on stages before, so this will hit. If I'm like, hey, Michael Courtney, I need you to come to Louisville. I'm holding a conference. I got 250 people coming to it, like pretty decent sized room, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If I post a video and I get 250 views, I'm like, this fucking social media stuff doesn't work. Only 250 people seen it, right? It's like, for whatever reason, it's so disconnected from online to offline. It's like, if I don't get a gazillion views, somebody literally asked me the other day, they're like, dude, you've been doing this social media, like my Coach Carroll brand, like on Instagram, Facebook, all the content we pump out. You've been doing this a long time, but you don't get very many views. And I'm like, okay, I don't really look at, like, we find like what was the top view for the month to like see if there's something we can learn from it, but I don't do it for the views, because I know that if a video gets 643 views and I'm telling people pick up the fucking phone to do cold calls, because the 3 biggest deals I've ever closed in my life came from cold calling, and one person picks the phone up, makes a cold call, it could change their freaking life. That's why I do it. And I think we need to like calibrate is probably the best word, like what it is that we're looking at, right? Like we need to calibrate what those numbers are and what they mean and what they matter. We hands down, our deluxe package, we get 1 million impressions every single year. We have consistently, like it's set up that way that we will get you 1 million ads displayed in 1 year.
Now, what does that mean? Like when you say million, for somebody that doesn't know what that means, what does that even mean?
So, okay. Again, this is the missing the bus part, right? Like this is advertising. This isn't just social media. This is any advertising whatsoever. And the number of clients that I talk to and prospects that I talk to that don't understand what an impression is, that don't understand the basic, what I call 6-pack. When I fly airplanes, so like we have 6 instruments in a cockpit, we call it 6-pack. These are your primary numbers you have to know. What is my ad spend, right? How much did I spend? What was my CPM, which is cost per 1,000 impressions? What was my total number of impressions? And to your question, Michael, an impression means that the thing that you made showed up somewhere on somebody's phone. That's the easiest way to say it, right? Because like it used to just be your timeline, but like now, like fuck, they're putting ads in the middle of. I was on somebody's profile the other day, like scrolling through their posts, and I'm like, why is there an ad on their profile? What the hell, right? It's like they're shoving it everywhere. So we actually don't do automatic placements because it could actually shove a ton like off of the platforms. We only do on-platform advertising, which is another thing that makes us different. It's like I only care about eyeballs that are on Facebook or Instagram because they're engaged, right? So those are the first 3, spend, CPM, and your total impressions. Then we're going to look at whatever the objective is. Most of the time it's clicks. It's either like click to go to a website, which is what we typically do, click to send a message, whatever it may be. How many clicks did you get on that ad? And then what's your click-through rate? Meaning how many ads got shown, how many of them got clicked on, right? And so I can tell you, I was on Tommy Mello's podcast. He owns A1 Garage Door, do $250 million this year. We took an ad and we ran it to contractors, right? Because everybody knows Tommy Mello in the contractor space. Dude, it's like a 5% click-through rate. Our insurance agents, the corporate campaign that State Farm does for insurance agents, they're like, well, if you get a 0.6 click-through rate, you're doing good, right? Like, it's like so in the trash because it's insurance. Most people don't care to click on an insurance ad, right? So you got clicks, click-through rate, and then let's see, frequency is the last one, which is like based on the people that it reached, how many times did they see the ad, right? Because if it's direct, that's old school direct mail, right? If I send, it's better to send 5 postcards to 10,000 people, right? Boom, 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 than to send 50,000 postcards to 50,000 people one time, right? So again, I'm not recreating the wheel here. I'm just taking like old school advertising and taking it online. And this is what happened when I started the business, guys, is like, I've seen all these like internet nerds like funnel optimization and like da-da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, TV, radio, billboard, newspaper have all been sold on CPMs for as long as they've been around. Like, who the fuck am I to think I'm going to change how advertising is working, right? So for us, I'm like, hey, I'm just going to come in and get you cheaper eyeballs and better eyeballs because they're on platforms that they're just like locked into for 6 hours a day. Hopefully that answers the question.
Yeah, no, that's a great
lot.
No.
Great.
Because I just wanted to make sure, like when you say 1 million impressions, that means 1 million eyeballs are seeing an agent a year, over a 12-month period. That's what you're saying.
It's 1 million ads displayed. It could be if you're in,
Okay.
Beaumont, Montana, and there's 10,000 people in your town, like that frequency could be 27. If you're my man Kevin Spann, top Allstate agent in New York, like you're probably only reaching 2 on the frequency on that one, right? Which
Correct.
then now it dictates of like, okay, we got to spend more money in different markets, right? And it's a strategy. Here's what I would warn people against is like cookie cutter, like we're going to do the same thing for you that we do for everybody else. Like that's to me is like the biggest waste of money. You'd be better off like take the $300 a month and like take your team out for a team lunch because at least on Monday they'll have some fucking gumption and they'll go sell a couple extra policies for you. Like, wasted money is wasted money. It doesn't matter. Like I've had so many agents like, well, yeah, DJ, but we get a subsidy on this thing. And I'm like, okay, like if I sold you a car that didn't run, but I told you I'd give you $500 off, like, is it going to incentivize you to buy that one more than the car that doesn't have a subsidy that like does run?
It actually hurts your credibility as your brand. As somebody who sees a lot of different insurance agents, when I see the same consistent stock photos over and over and over again, for me, it turns me off. And so I can only imagine what a consumer thinks because they're like, okay, well, this isn't actually, they're not creating this. And to your point, it doesn't, I mean, if you're going to spend $300 a month, there's a lot of other things. You could go donate that to a charity. You could create a scholarship, take your team out to lunch. You could spend it on a different lead source, something like that. I want to hit on something. I want to kind of circle it back, kind of tie a little bow on it. Michael, I completely agree. I think as AI has continued to come out, people are craving real, authentic social media posts. So do not overthink this. You don't need filters, CapCut, stock photos, all of this. You need to get on and you need to talk. They need to know that it is you. So I think that's
there's a formula for that though, Courtney, because like I don't want somebody to just go out there and throw shit at the wall and then be like, well, why isn't it sticking? Okay, so your cover photo, if it's a reel, your cover photo matters. If you guys go look at my Instagram, we started putting supercars as the background over the title instead of my face. I'm like, I want my face on it. And it's like, yeah, but they'll see your face in a half a second once they click on it, right? And so like it's like, pressure washing billionaire with like a Lambo in the background, right? Leased Ferraris with a picture of a Ferrari in the background. It gets that click through, right? And this is a little different because my audience is a lot wider. But your photo should be something that's interesting, not just you like mid-sentence, right? It's like nobody wants to see that. But it's the cover photo. It's the first 3-second hook. So if your video is, hi guys, this is DJ with DJ State Farm, and today, past it, right? And then what is the actual meat of the content, right? So like those are the big 3 things. And what you said, Courtney, before you pivoted there was like, you said, I see all this content and like if it's cookie cutter, like I'm like, I don't know what the audience thinks, right? The key is they don't, because after they've seen that same image from 6 different agents, it's like autopilot, man. They just scroll right on past it. They don't even, like it's not even there. Like people get on social now and they're zombies, man. They're like, they don't even remember what they saw. I can't wait for like the updated like attention span studies to come out like post millennia, like post social media. It's going to be bad.
Well, we're all going to be fed by AI influencers, so it's all going to look completely different. We won't be able to. Yeah.
I would guess that somebody, like most people that are listening to this, you've already seen an AI influencer. You just don't even know it.
Yep.
And the girls are doing it now too. Like the OnlyFans girls, this is a big movement. They're like, wait, so I don't have to get all dolled up and take pictures today? I can just have a whole nother account that's like, and then like a link that says "See the real me" here that comes to my profile that I post to once a month, and then has my OnlyFans link. Like they're going to be the first ones to hop on it.
Yeah. I'm not going to ask how you know that, but we're going to keep moving.
It's my job. I gotta know that. I'm not. Listen, you go check my credit card. I've never subscribed. I'm happily married to a beautiful wife. Like I get it when I need it. I ain't got to go buy it online.
I had to. Okay, so I love that you brought that in. Like the hook, the meat, and the call to action. Like hook right off the bat. Give them the information. What's the call to action? I think that's fantastic. The other thing. All marketing starts with what is the clear objective. So your clear objective as an insurance agent is not to go viral. You are trying to convert business. Okay. So I think what was Gary Vee's book? 1,000 raving fans or something like that. Like you would rather have 1,000 people that are ride or dies that will do business with you than have 1,000,000 people that are just like heart.
Okay,
like,
I wanted to say earlier, DJ, because someone gave you shit about 643 views. Well, number one, if you stood in an audience of 643 people, you may be a little nervous to speak to them if you've never done that. So that a 643 person audience is a pretty big audience. But number two, I will take 643 customers that are interested in doing business with me over 1 million freaking likes of people that could give two shits about who I am, but they like my content.
And they might not even be in this country. They might not even be able to do business with you.
Agency owners, imagine a world where you had a coach or trainer in your office that reported to you every single day, that your team had access to every single day. And the reason why most of you don't have that already is because they're extremely expensive. Usually most sales trainers and coaches are going to cost 6 figures a year. I'm so excited to announce the launch of our new business, Agency Coach AI. This is going to provide an AI coach and trainer at you and your team's fingertips 24/7. It's a coach that never takes the day off. It is a coach that reports directly to you. It is a coach that coaches your team the way that you want them to be coached. It practices and role plays with your team every single day, and then is going to coach them on what they did well, what they could have improved on, recommended trainings that they can watch. Then it's going to report to you or the sales manager in the office exactly what was done in that practice session, exactly what was said, and exactly what they coached the team member on. Then we're going to listen to every single live sales call. Think about this, a coach or trainer that sits with your team every single day, listening to every single live conversation, going in and or coming in and going out. No more wondering, hey, is my team actually having the conversations that they've been taught? Hey, is my team actually asking for the sell? Hey, is my team actually making pivots? Hey, is my team actually doing the things that they're supposed to do compliantly? No more guessing. It is all going to be documented and given to you word for word. And the best part about this is after the live calls, the coach coaches them on what they did well, what they could have improved on, and any recommended trainings that they would recommend them take and watch. No more wondering what's going on in your office, regardless if you're there or not. This is going to give you the most transparency and accountability that you've ever had before in your agency career. And the best part about it is, with your team having a coach and trainer that they can lean on 24/7, their confidence is going to grow and they're going to become the best sales professional that they can become because they have access to have coaching and training 24/7. If you are ready to take advantage of AI, if you're ready to have more time back in your business, if you are ready to quit having to choose between training your team and growing your business, go to agencycoachai.com and check out the demo or shoot me a text 816-727-7610 and I'll be in touch and we can get a call scheduled. Other than that, let's get back to the show.
There are TikTokers that have 20 million followers that have had multiple failed product launches because they think they have the views, they think they have the eyeballs. They have the eyeballs. They have the attention. They don't have the power to cause intent. Right. And so that is where, like, if you look at a guy like Russell Brunson who started ClickFunnels, like that dude, I'm so happy I went to ClickFunnels back in 2016. Is also where I met Alex Hermosi for the first time. And so like this, like he instilled it in my brain. It's like 1,000. You need 1,000 people that'll buy whatever the hell you put out, and you got a golden business. Like you got a golden goose that's going to keep laying eggs forever, as long as you don't violate the trust. You put out a shit product, right? Like that's That's why I'll tell you this. This has nothing to do with sales, nothing to do with marketing. It's customer service. If you're an insurance agent and your client comes to you with a claim, remember that you work for that client, not for the logo that you wear on your polo every day. That is the easiest way to keep business. Because I'll tell you, Mark Smith, my agent, I've had multiple claims with him over the years. He's been my agent since I was 18 years old. He helped me file. Well, I don't want to get him in trouble. I say he's had my back in a lot of situations to where I've been like, you sure, bro? Like, this is your team. He's like, it ain't my team. You're my team. And that is where when agents are like, why do I have to backfill 30% of my business every year? It's like, because you buy shit leads at Price Shop You every quarter. And you're terrible at customer service when something comes up. It's insurance. You got to help people like once every 5 fucking years. Like, and you can't, like, you're too lazy to come out of your office and do that. Like, dude, if I was an agent, I would have a limo on call so that when somebody has like a claim, like a big claim, I would have the limo go pick them up and bring them to my office and be like, tell me all about it, Courtney. What happened? How'd they do? I'm gonna make it right. We're gonna get you right today, and then the limo's gonna take you to lunch and then take you back. And guess what? Courtney's not a single policy holder with me anymore. I got life policies, family policies, DI policies, umbrella policy. Because it's like nobody treats me like this. You'd have a line out your fucking door.
And then I'm referring you to every single person.
Everybody.
It's the easiest way to grow your business and retain your business. This is why we are in business. Like, I will lose my mind over this because you are there when shit goes down. Like, that is your job as an insurance professional. Take care of people like they are your family, because they are. Like, they really are. Like, I will. You and
Sorry,
I will.
I didn't mean to get. I get a little fired up when I get on with you guys for some reason, but you know.
Well, dude, you're preaching right now. I mean, I don't give a shit if your servicing commissions are getting cut. You are in the people business. The reason people pay you every month is in case they have a problem, then you take care of their problem. Like, they are doing business with you. They're not doing business with the company because they could give two shits about the company they work with. They want to do business with you. You're local to the community. They got good vibes from you. Like, your number one priority is to keep customers happy. And that mailbox money that you get every 6 months, every 12 months, it's pretty freaking nice. All you have to do is show up with a smile on your face and take care of problems and train your team to take care of the problems so you don't have to. I literally just got a text message today from an old customer that's like, Michael, can I just jump on the phone with you real quick? I have a quick question about a claim right now, and the agent's not being real helpful. Jumped on the phone with her, helped her out, and also told her, leave this dude. Leave this dude. He does not appreciate your business. If I have to jump on the call and answer your question 3 years after I've been out of the business, this dude doesn't deserve to get paid every single month. Leave him.
And you do that all the time. And the crazy thing is the amount of people, I'm getting fired up, the amount of people that are like, will you go back into insurance agency? Will you please, like, they're asking us to start this business again. Like, what kind of business would we have now based on years and years of just great customer service? Like, think about this. Like, you are building your retirement machine. Like, build it well. Build your house well.
Insurance isn't a get rich quick, but it is a get rich for sure if you do it right. So just
that.
do it right. And the only thing you have to do is do right by people, and the business works itself out.
Dude,
Period. You can't handle necessarily if the claim gets denied, but you can handle the experience of that denial of the claim. You can handle that to where people are like,
communicated
Michael,
with,
thank you
updated.
for doing what you could for me. Like, thank you so much for going to bat for me. Just what you said. Like, thank you. Like, even on some of this shit that went sideways with you, DJ, you knew your agent had your back, and that's all people want.
He gave me options that I didn't even know I had. He's like, by the way, you can do this, this, and this. And I was like, okay, cool. Again, I don't want to get in trouble, so I'm not going to get into too many details there. You can DM me on
don't
Instagram.
say anything else.
No.
But, you know, it's just crazy to people that, like, you're in a service business, and then it's like, I got to do customer service? Like, yeah, dude. Like, she's Pete. It's crazy, man.
It's the same thing with our business. Agents reach out all the time like, Michael, can I jump on a call real fast? Yes. Like, although that's not part of, like, the cost. Like, yes, I'm going to do what I can because I want you to be freaking happy and I want you to be successful. And I want, like,
If they win, you
we
win.
are in the business to help you be better. And if you need if you need 15 minutes, let's jump on the phone and make this happen. This is customer service. Like, and I hope it matters.
Yeah.
Like,
Hell yeah.
it matters to me. And that's what, that's what matters the most, I guess. But
it matters to the customer too, because the agents would have a different look at this if they really understood how the maths, and if they looked at what in the tech world we call churn, right? But this is where you got to backfill your business. They call it lapse cancellation rate, a lot of different terms in the insurance.
Yep.
You take a business that sells 10 policies a month and has 0% churn. You take a business that sells 10 times as much, 100 policies a month, but they lose 30% every single year. Watch what that maps out over time. Like, insane. Yep. And if you guys if you're like, I can't do that math, go ask ChatGPT. It'll do it for you. Ask what the compounding growth rate is with 0% on 10 policies. And
That's
also,
right.
I just got to say, this entire podcast, I can't stop looking at Courtney's hair and thinking that she's a lion. I keep saying, she's like, I got the same hair, and maybe I'm just jealous. I'm a little upset about it. But like, she's looked off the camera a couple times where I just see the hair only, and I'm like, that's a fucking lion. Michael's about to get eaten.
Oh, dude.
I'm telling you.
We had these two big ass male lions. Like, they were both about 6 or 7 years old. They were brothers, and they were walking towards our vehicle, walked beside it. I looked at their hair, and I looked at their lion manes.
How'd you know they were brothers?
The guide. Oh. Our guide.
They told us.
He's dapping up for it. He's like, hey, look at these humans, bro.
What's up, man? But very similar. Like, the color, the hair. So, yeah, I'd agree with you, dude. She's got a nice
I am an apex predator. Come on now. I'm amazing this at all. Let's freaking go. DJ, this has been great. So awesome. Our podcast episodes are always so much fun. I love vibing with you. If somebody wanted to connect, buy your book, give me everything, let's hear it.
Yeah, sure. So first, guys, if you haven't already, go hit the subscribe button for these guys. They've worked their asses off for this podcast. One of my favorite ones to come on to all the time. The book is pre-sale. We launch it October 13th. You guys can go get an advanced notice. I'm also giving a bonus. We're going to do a expanded audiobook version that only the people that pre-register for the book is coming out. And so you can go to thehunterheadgame.com to get that. Remember, the old world rewarded obedience. The new world demands killer instincts. And, find me anywhere on socials. # Coach Carroll. Just type that in the search bar. I actually had to show some lady. She's like, you can search on social media? Yeah, you can do that. Or just go to CoachCarroll.com. Tons of free resources over there. And if you're an insurance agent and you want us to help you out, you can go to Carroll.media, 2 R's, 2 L's. Check out our platform, Alley. If you're a captive agent, there's limitations on what we can do, but we are actually matching all subsidies. So no matter if you're Allstate Farmers, State Farm, we'll match the subsidy that you get because our program's that good and we know that we can win for you. If you're an independent, man, the world is your oyster. There's so much that you can do with artificial intelligence, from Allie's AI voice to her AI lead detection, identifying anonymous website visitors. Pretty powerful stuff. But I'm just here to give, man. I want everybody to win and not get eaten by a lion. So go to Carroll.com. And as always, hustle, it's worth it.
Absolutely, brother. Man, this has been fantastic. Thank you as always. Always enjoy and love our conversations. Court, you got anything else?
Time and attention are by far our most valuable and important assets, and we appreciate you spending some of that with us. Go out, make it great. Don't get eaten by a lion.